Hello, it's been a while. I've been on holiday, but I'm back to make a video for you guys about journaling. Fig has been neutered, and also he might be getting a friend very soon. Stack of journals here, over a decade of my life. I've had so many questions about my journals, how I write in them, what do I write in them, what do I stick in them, how do I know what to write? How do I know what kind of mementos to keep to put in there? How do I keep motivated to consistently document my life in a journal? So I thought I'd show you some of the pages that I've written throughout the years and throughout this year specifically. I've saved up a bunch of different memorabilia things over the past month, and I haven't even written in the past month just for this video, so I can show you what kind of things that I put into my journal and what is the process of kind of formatting the pages. What's my mental process, essentially. My journal, this is my journal. Let me show you. This is my current journal. It's pretty plain compared to some of the other ones that I just showed you, but that's because I was inspired to let this year run its course, and then at the end of the year, take the main sort of themes of the year and scrapbook the front of it. That's not something I've ever done before, but that was the thinking. That's why it's so plain. And my journal is sort of a cross between writing and scrapbooking. I fill up the pages with my thoughts, but I also make sure I have enough space to stick flyers and stickers in. Sometimes the entire page is dedicated to just sticking souvenirs of my day in so that I can remember. This one's a little perfume tester. That page smells so good. I'm like scared to show you the pages too closely in case I expose myself, because if my journal entries got out into the world, I'd honestly have to run away. Yum. That smells really good. My journal wasn't always so scrapbooky. That was something that is more recent. In previous years, when I was little, I've been journaling since I was 11 years old. I would just write my feelings and my thoughts because it was more of a therapeutic thing. I started journaling because my mother at the time, I was gonna say my mother at the time. My mother, oh my god, clearly I haven't made a video in a while, okay? Cut me some slack. I'm finding it awkward to talk on camera, but my mother gifted me, where is it? This one. The cover is very worn because she's old. She is 15 years old. The reason why I started journaling is because I was struggling to fit in school. My mother said you should start writing your thoughts and feelings and get your thoughts and feelings out onto paper and it'll make you feel better. And ever since then, I haven't really stopped. First of all, I would say pick a book that you think is beautiful, that you love, because you are going to keep this forever. You might even share it one day with your future child, or maybe even you might want to go back and flick through some memories to share with your partner. This is something my parents bought for Christmas. My mum and dad would always buy me my journals. It became sort of a tradition. They would get me these paper blanks. I think that's the brand. Paper blanks, French ornate. Paper blanks, silver filigree, gold inlay. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I think that's part of what kept me journaling, is because it's something so beautiful that I feel like I need to put my most precious memories in there, my deepest, darkest secrets. A lot of them actually have these little pockets in the back page that you can store stuff in. Anything that is vaguely medieval looking, that looks like it could be the transcriptions of the monks, is what I want to be writing my diary in. So I always start my diary with an introductory page detailing the year that I got it, and if I actually finish the journal, which I always do, I'll put in the end date as well, so I can see in sort of chronological time what years my diaries relate to. So this one, you can see I got on Christmas Day 2010. The entries are mainly from 2011 to 2012. My epic journey starts here. It's so fun to revisit these entries. My school days, my thoughts, my feelings, my friends that I had at the time that I just don't have any contact with anymore. Remember days that have completely been erased from my memory. I'm getting emotional, wow. The first page of 2024, so this year, a little Polaroid of me on my birthday. After the introductory page, the first page of my diaries is usually some sort of goals list. 2024 goals. Let's have a read of what my goals were this year. Loads of web design experience. I have got some pretty good web design experience now. Stop biting my nails. Get into gels. I would say I stopped biting my nails. I'm actually really proud of myself. Fire poi. That is a hobby I picked up about 3 years ago. I haven't gotten very far with it. It's like the spinny trick things with the fire. Take initiative to plan events with my friends. Done that. Consistently post on YouTube. Considering this is my first proper video in a while, maybe I didn't commit to that. Set a healthy routine and feel strong. I'm feeling very strong lately. I mean, look at these guns. I have actually been going to the gym more consistently. Embrace the cold. That's really hard for me. I am trying. I get really cold really easily. I'm a very cold girl. Don't forget to journal about the good. That is such a good point, and that is such a good point for this video as well. I find that I'm often writing in my journals when I'm in a state of panic or fear or anger, and it can create a really biased, like, playback when I'm going through my journals. A lot of them are just venting. As much as that's really therapeutic, I also want to remember the good parts of my day and what was positive. So I really wanted to create a journal that accurately represented the positives and negatives. Because it can be so easy to only want to journal when you feel like shit. Then you just look back through your journal and you're like, fuck, was I really that sad? Was I really that angry all the time? It's biased. Anyway, putting my goals at the front page helps me see what my priorities were at the time, and I can see that throughout the years and how that changes and develops and grows into something new. So I'm going to go through some of the writing prompts that help me if I'm struggling to think of what to write. It's kind of a rare occurrence now. Maybe when I was younger, I would struggle with, what do I even write in my diary? So the first writing prompt on that note would be, how am I feeling, or what am I thinking that is different to how I was feeling or thinking a month ago or 6 months ago? Do I have new opinions about certain things? Do I have any controversial opinions about certain things? And do I have any new thought processes as I'm getting older? If you're struggling to think of what to write, I write usually friends that I've seen, places I've been, events I've been to, new hobbies or new interests that I have, new thought processes that I'm having as I'm growing older and growing into a sort of new person. Opinions or core ideals are changing in me as I get older. I think that's a really interesting thing that I'm always trying to put into my diary so that I can reflect on what it feels like to grow older, the experience of growing from a teen into a young adult into a proper adult. My first ever entry, January 1st, 2011. Happy New Year. I woke up this morning. I feel new and fresh. My birthday is coming up, and I don't know whether my best friend Courtney is coming to it. My other best friend from Sydney is coming up. Maybe. Her name is Velvet. Even just that entry, my first ever diary entry, there's so many memories popping up here. Like, my best friend Courtney throws me right back into primary school. My other friend Velvet, she was my friend. I used to live in Australia in Sydney. She was my neighbor. From my little garden bit, I could look up 3 stories up and see her, and she would call down from the top of her building and be like, hey, you want to come over? And I'd be like, yeah, let me ask my mom. That's crazy. I haven't thought about that in years. Another prompt would be, is there anything I'm confused about, like a life decision, paths that could take me in 2 different directions and I am confused about which one to take? And this could be something small as like some drama you saw in a TV show, all the way up to, I don't know if I want kids, or should I go study in a new country? Writing about that kind of stuff can help you figure out the solution. Another thing I would say is don't overthink what you're going to write. Just write the first thing that comes to mind. Because if you're overthinking about what you want to write and you're thinking, what's the right answer? What sounds good? Then it's not really being truthful to yourself, and then it kind of defeats the purpose. When I used to live with my parents, I would hide my diary under my bed, not because I thought that they were gonna look at it. It just felt more private. However, even though I hid my diary, there was this weird experience I had where everything I would write, I would still censor it or omit things or say things in a more favorable way, just in case anyone ever looked at it. At the end of the day, your journal isn't going to cancel you. You can say whatever you want in your diary. She's going to have your back. The next writing prompt, if you're struggling for topics to write on, is, what's a hard decision that you had to make, and why was it hard? I think if I look through my journals, there's this slow progression through the years of me making the hard decisions to become a more confident person and less of a people pleaser. I lived in 2 places, Australia and the UK. And in both schools, I was bullied. I was just a little more of a sensitive kid. I had to, work on that. When I was younger, I cared very deeply about what other people thought of me. There was a lot of internal work I had to do that is recorded in these diaries, trying to become the kind of person who doesn't really care about what their schoolmates or college mates or random people in the street think about them. It's hard, but I think I've got there. Really, it's just my friends and my family that I care about the opinions of. And sometimes you have to make hard decisions of putting yourself first in order to get there. Another prompt is, what's something that happened or a decision you made that helped you become who you are today? What's pushed you to change? All of these questions and prompts sort of interlink together around catalysts of change in your life and catalysts of change in your personality and identity. Another prompt is, what's a first, a new experience that you've had? The first time I tried chicken's feet in here. I've got the first time I ever kissed anyone in here. I've got my first day at my first proper job ever. It's awesome to record your firsts because you're probably going to forget them and you probably forget what it was like the first time. Mementos. I've got heaps of stuff just sitting in between the pages of this book waiting to go and actually get properly stuck into the journal. I've got a pressed coin to put into my diary. You know those like machines you put a penny in and you crank it and then it comes out with like a stamp? That's what that is. This Polaroid of Fig that he nibbled on and ate. I've got a bunch of stuff from Vietnam. This sticker from a sandwich place we went to, business cards, flight boarding pass, receipts to random things, business cards, hotel receipts, a ticket to a temple that we went to, flyer for a spa that we went to, a piece of bamboo, a lotus flower petal. I really liked this little sticker from a gift shop in Hanoi, so I was gonna peel it off and put it in the diary as well. Just cute little accessories for the diary. Little bunny sticker that a brand sent me. Well, it was in a bunch of treats that they sent me for Fig. Mishka's Bun Shop. They have an Instagram. I'm just gonna do a little plug right now because they were so nice for sending me these. Really cute little treats. And Fig loves these so much. If you have a bunny, you gotta get them. They kind of smell good to me, like it's got raspberry in it or something. Very granola-y. They had these little bunny stickers inside, and so I'm gonna put it in my diary. I went on the Harry Potter Jacobite train recently, and we got one of the chocolate frogs on there. I'm gonna put this wrapper in because that's so cool. That's like fulfilling all my childhood dreams. I keep all of these things. I put them just around my diary or somewhere where I can keep track of them. And then when I finally am ready to sit down and arrange everything, I'll pick the best things and I'll stick them in with a double-sided tape glue thing. I love getting super creative with my journal. I would say the first thing I do when I try to arrange my diary is get all of the mementos and things that I want to add to the page and place it where I think it's going to go first. Try and just see what kind of gaps of writing I could leave. I try to think of what the subject of the page is going to be first. If I'm going to draw something, I knew it was going to be about Vietnam and the day we had eating out and eating food. So I made this little circle first and then I wrote around it, and this gap happened to be here, so I wanted to fill it up. I'm gonna write a little bit about what I plan to do for Halloween here. So I've got a little bat, and I'll probably write something about Comic-Con in here as well. So I might rip this up and then just put it in the corner. Or I've also got this bag, so I might just rip out this part and put it in there instead. And when it comes to what kind of pens and tools and stickers I use, I've got this little pencil case full of all different kinds of colors, washi tape with different designs. I've got one with flowers on it, but I don't know where it is right now. Glue, if I need it. These come in really, really handy. It's empty right now. They're just like roll-on sticky tape. Stickers, I've got a bunch of different kinds of stickers. Normal tape, a nice, good writing pen that just feels nice to write with when it comes to getting your feelings out. Highlighters, little scissors for cutting things out. More stickers. That's the sort of toolkit that I use for creating my diary. I did promise that I would show you some cringe drawings from my diary. 17th of the 6th, 2011. I heart Jake. That's me and Jake from school. Notes telling you, it's almost like an anatomical diagram. Justin hair. He had a Justin Bieber cut. Passionate kissy. Section 2 of the diagram. Hands at waist. Leg going up. I don't think you realize how hard this is for me. A cringe sad princess. Bowed head. Still standing proud. Posture good. broken heart, hair glinting in the moonlight, and a rose from her ex. Honestly, this is high art. Like, there, that has depth. I have a first-hand rendition of the first time I ever held hands with a man. Or a boy. Jordan, my high school boyfriend that I only ever held hands with like once. All these other hands around us showing people are adoring fans of the fact that we held hands. 2014. I think a lot of us can relate to 2014 looking something like that. It was 2016, things got a little less cringe. We've got a rose. Oh yeah, that's still pretty cringe. You've been blessed with the drawings. Now you can't tell anyone about it. It's our little secret. That is everything that I can think of to tell you about journaling. I might make another one of these videos if you guys ask me some more questions or if I can think of anything else to do with journaling. Okay, I love you. Bye. See ya.